Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm going to be showing my face in a minute, but before we get started, I want to talk about some things that are happening this month. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me okay? So I have some pretty awesome things going on for next month, and I actually just finished it. So here's a rough idea before we get started in this Q&A tonight. Hey. Good question. All right, we'll get there, Heather. I appreciate it. So we'll go ahead and we will get into that tonight. But before we get into it, I want to go ahead and talk about what we are doing for next weekend, or not next week, next month. And next month, we are going to be going over quite a good set of things, okay? I'm still going to be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific always, but it's June, so my kids are out of school. Hey, Sean. Hey, Erica. Hey, everybody. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Heather. Hey, Hanifa. I see you guys. I'll read y'all's questions in a minute. But go ahead and make sure you're dropping the questions too, because I need like at least 4 or 5 questions. Ask me whatever your heart desires. I promise you I will go in and answer it and do whatever I can. So please ask me all the questions, okay? But I'll give you guys a rough idea of what I'm doing next month. At the beginning of the month, I'm going to be doing most travel agents, why they never get consistent bookings. I'm going to do the digital command center again because that is important. And I'm going to break it down more for the digital command center. The second week of June, I'm doing another live travel Q&A. And then on that Thursday, I'm going to be doing a weekly workflow as a full-time travel advisor. One of the most questions I get asked from you guys is like, how do you do it? What do you do? How do you do it? Okay, listen, I'm just like you guys, okay? I am not fancy or special. I will be teaching you all of that, okay? And then I also have the travel agent habits that actually make money. And then about the halfway through the month, I'm going to do how I would start over as a travel agent in 2026. The truth about being a travel agent that nobody talks about. We're going to talk about everything as a funnel, part 2. I'm going to be breaking down the funnels and how they correlate all together. And then lastly, at the end of the month, we're going to talk about how travel agents can look more professional online. So we're going to be covering a lot of great stuff for this week. Give me 1 second. I got to dismiss this. Make sure you guys are putting your questions in the chat so that when I get to them, I will be able to go ahead and kind of get like more and one question answered, okay? So let's go ahead. Let me remove this off the screen here. And let's just kind of get started in it, shall we? Let me turn my camera on here. Hello. Hi. So let's go ahead and kind of get started with our Q&A for this evening. If you guys are just hopping on and you don't know me, you guys should know that I'm Ash, and this is my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. And I do a little bit of everything on here. I do travel trainings. I do, booking trainings, but anything that can just maybe help you guys better implement your business and grow. That's really what I'm here for. And as I always say with my trainings, you guys, I have been here for 4 years. So I've done a lot of things in the 4 years, and I'm probably above average from the most, I would say, travel agents. I do a little bit of extra, right? So when you guys see me or when you guys see any of my trainings, I just want you guys to keep in mind that I've been doing this for quite a bit of time. And, I just want you to kind of just take small parts of whatever you see and just find ways to implement it on your own, right? One of the most common things that I get back when it comes to feedback is that we always have these issues where one trainer will say, do it this way. One trainer will say, do it that way. And then we're all sitting here like, okay, what do we do, right? The best thing that I can tell you when it comes to things like that, guys, is that we all teach different strategies. And it's probably the most beautiful part about being in the travel industry. And that's because since there's so many different strategies, there's so many different ways that you can do things. So I don't want you to ever view that as something that can hinder you. I want you to just find your way within that is comfortable for you to be able to grow, right? So if you attend one training and you learn something different, that doesn't mean that they're wrong. That doesn't mean that Ash is wrong. That doesn't mean that what they're teaching is wrong, right? It's just that there's so many different perspectives that we can have in the travel industry. And it's probably one of my most favorite things because there's not just one way to do this. There's always another way to do this, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to tell you, I have to pull up YouTube like on the outside in order to be able to see both. Okay. So I'm going to have YouTube pulled up so I can see your questions. So if you see me looking over, it's just because I'm literally looking at your questions. All right. So let's take a look at one of the first questions we have here. And it's from Heather. Heather, I love you, Heather. I hope you're having a good day. Heather's question, I'm going to go ahead and pin it here so I'll be able to answer it. Okay. So let's see here. I got it. So Heather says, let me go ahead and remove this caption thing out of here too. All right. Make sure you guys share this with your teams. If you haven't liked this video, like actually like the video, not just like heart it. Okay. If you guys can heart it, we'll get more people on here. The more you guys interact with the video, the more people will hop on the lives and hopefully more questions. Yeah. But Heather's first question is going to say, what's a realistic timeliness for a new agent to get their first booking? Well, that's a very, very good question with a very open answer, right? Because I think it all just depends on a lot of incoming scenarios and also what they do with it when they first sign up. If you come in and you are somebody who's already comfortable with social media, maybe you already have an online presence, maybe, you're used to, talking about sales, etc. Just kind of already in the momentum of being in a travel agent setting, then you are more likely going to get your first booking faster, right? But if you are kind of new, and I mean like really new, like for me, for example, when I first started, I didn't even know that you could sell travel. I've been booking my own travel. I didn't even know it was an option to sell it, especially from home. So I started really from scratch, and it took me quite a bit of time to build into it. I did get my first booking within 3 weeks, but that's because I used the strategy of going into groups and asking people like, do you need help booking? How can I help you, etc. So if you're new and you're not really sure how to start, I feel like groups is a good way to kind of get you out there without actually getting out there, right? And by groups, I mean like people who are looking for travel agents and you comment and help them, okay? But it is kind of a hit or miss strategy, but it is something that a lot of new agents do to kind of get familiar with talking to new agents, right? Oh, okay. I got a lot of good questions now. Thank you. All right, I'm going to answer all of these. So just hold on. I'm moving down the list, okay? So honestly, the realistic timeliness is going to depend on two things. What they have for when they come in. If they're already booking travel, they're going to be a little bit faster. If they're new, it might take a little bit time to get down. The second thing that's going to take a pace is going to be the fact of what they do with it when they sign up. If you guys sign up and you don't do anything with it, you're not going to get a booking. You have to be able to put in the work. And I made a post about this the other day. Your mentor can't build your business for you. We can guide you, we can push you, we can show you all the things. But until you guys get in there and start doing the dirty work, you're never going to get a booking. That's just point blank period, right? So I think that kind of falls back to that. But that is a really good question, Heather. If you have any more to it, feel free to put it in the chat. But I don't see anything, so I'm going to go to the next one. Hanifa. I do see your question about leaving a link. I have actually got your link already. You sent it to me a while back, but it doesn't work. So feel free to resend it to me, and then I will definitely go ahead and take a look at that, and I can leave you a review. Okay. So let's continue on to the next one we have here. So the next one I have here is you have a GoDaddy registered website name. What's the best way to keep a good website cheap? Okay, I'm going to tell you my favorite place to build websites is going to definitely be on System.io. System.io is free. If you already have a domain registered, you can just go in and plug in the what is it? DNX settings, DN settings, I think is what it is, DNS settings, okay? Plug it into your DNS settings to connect it to System.io. Then you can build your website for free on there. They do blog sites, they do websites, and I'll put that in the chat so you guys can see it. It's System.io. And I actually have a full training on System.io that I can give you too. Give me one second, I'll pull it up. But you can do so many things with System.io that is beyond just building a website. System.io can do funnels. They can do storefronts. So if you want to sell something, you can sell it. System.io can do email campaigns. If you connect your email to it, it has to be a business email. But it can do newsletters, campaigns, and then it can even build websites. It can build blog sites. It can do a lot of just different things than just a website. So I highly recommend checking them out. And since you already have the hard part of getting to the actual domain, the easy part is just connecting it. And I'm going to tell you another thing about System.io before I stop talking about it. It also gives you the ability to have different accounts under one account. So if you are somebody that has a domain for this, and then you have another domain for something else, you can have multiple accounts on System.io, and it will give you the ability to go in there and, oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Heather. It'll give you the ability to go in there and basically build the entire thing out with two different domains. So you can have two websites inside one account, and they both can be free. Okay, so I teach you all of that in there. So make sure you guys check that one out for me. Okay. All right. Next one I have here is from Hanifa. She says, what can I do to get a group? Where do I look? So that's a great question, because that is probably one of the scariest parts about doing a group booking. Like when you first start is, where do I go? How do I find people for a group booking? So it's really going to depend on how you set up the booking. If you are setting up a booking that is like in a church group or a church affiliation, or if it's like a family reunion, then you're going to have to go directly to them, right? But if you're doing a promotional group, which is another offer that we can do, I would suggest start putting it in places that are of relevance. So I would make a flyer, and then I would drop it in places that are in groups that are looking to go to travel. If you have group travel groups that you're already a part of, I would put it there. And then I would also go in and start promoting it myself as something that I'm a part of. But if you are trying to build your audience and you don't have your audience established, you need to kind of push it out further, to other people. And the only way that you could really push that out is, one, putting it in a video. You have to put it in a video setting, because I always tell you guys, videos reach new followers. Posts typically reach followers that are already in the mix, right? But if you want to reach new people, you need to do videos. So I would do video settings of putting the flyer in there and turning it into a video so it can reach new people. But that's how I would start out, is first finding who my audience is going to be for that specific cruise, and then move to that audience. I don't expect the audience to come to me for a group booking, because they're not going to know about it. So I have to inform them about it in order to get it. Okay. So yeah, you're asking about group bookings in general. I have 2 group bookings that I run throughout the year. I do 2 group cruises a year. And right now I'm almost finished with my one for Virgin Voyages. So I'm running another one, and it's going to be through Royal Caribbean. I think it's going to do Royal Caribbean. It's either that, or I'm trying to find another singles kind of cruise thing. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. But when I run them, I just do them as promotions, and then I do it based off my audience. So if you have an audience that does family, then you need to push family. Right? So that's how I would kind of go about it. Okay. All right. So that's enough for that one. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Brenda. I hope I answered your question. Welcome aboard, Brenda. You are new. All right. Shirley, she's got another good question for me. She said, Hi, I'm going to be signing a new agent. Any suggestions for what I can do? Well, congratulations first. Let's start with that. Okay. Congratulations, Shirley. So, when you're signing on a new agent, the best thing that I can tell you, the first thing that you need to do is to remember what it's like to be a new agent, right? We get fed so much information when we're a new agent, and it can be very overwhelming. But the difference is when a new agent gets overwhelmed, some of us kind of persevere, some of us kind of push through, right? But a lot of us just stop. And then when they stop, that's when they quit. So I always try to just make sure that when I have a new agent, that I kind of feed them information slowly. Like, for example, like our process is when a new agent starts, we do like new agent orientation, right? So first I go in and I make sure they get their certificate. Once that they tell me that they've gotten their certificate, then I send them new agent orientation. Once they tell me they're done, then I send them vendor registration. Like I do it like slowly. And then once they complete their orientation, that's my like qualification process. I know you're serious if you're completing orientation, right? So then I will invite you to like our Facebook groups or whatever we have. Like I'm on Discord for my team. So I will invite them to Discord. But I wouldn't do any of that until I know that they're completing things because I don't want to overwhelm them. Somebody who hasn't completed orientation and they get thrown into a Facebook chat is going to be very, very overwhelmed. So I try to give them a rough breakdown of what they're going to expect before I introduce them to that chat. All right. Let's see what else I have. All right. So, Shirley, if you need me to go more in details, let me know, but I don't see anything else. So, I think we're good on that one. Yeah. All right. So, let's move to the next one. Next one we have here, it says, "Hey Ash, my question is, how can I go about getting autism certificate to add to my certificates?" We do have a very specific one. Does anybody know, Heather? Do you know that? Because I, off the top of my head, oh wait, you know what? I got you. I have a Google sheet that has all their certificates on it. I bet I can find it for you. Give me 1 second. They have a couple of certifications. So one I can tell you that they have is going to be special needs at sea. They have something for them. And then also Miss Patrice Abels, I love her. Miss Patrice Abels, she does disability training, and I would highly recommend. It's in the corporate back office. You can find it there. She does disability training. I'm pretty sure it's every week. If I'm mistaken, correct me. But when you guys do that, you guys should be able to see like more in depth about autism training. No, it's not autism of the seas. It's special needs. I think it's special needs at sea. I think is what it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm interested in disability training. Okay, let me log into my back office and I'll find out when it is. But she did, the best place to find out when trainings are your Evolution Enterprises Facebook, because sometimes they go in there and they'll not do a training for like a month or two, especially if they have like different things going on. So just try to, kind of play along with that and see what's available. Hold on. I'm looking right now for this certification thing here. Let me see if I can do Command F. Let's see. Autism? Nope. No. Disability? Nope, I'm not seeing it too. You would like to as well. It's like it's every week, you think? I'm interested. Okay. Let me see if I can get more information for you guys because we have it. I just don't know exactly where it's at. Oh, you asked me on one question I don't have. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. I have another certificate recording sheet. I have a lot of certificate sheets. There's so many certificates that we can get. Can you all agree on that? Like, there's a ton of certificates that we can get. Like, no matter what your heart desires, you probably can get certified in it. I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Extra niche. Oh, here it is. I got special needs at sea. Here's this one. I'll drop that in there for you. You guys can find all about that here. Boom. Special needs at sea. And then let me also look at, where's that? Honestly, you're probably better off just doing like autism certs travel agent. I bet we could find it that way. So many. What did you say? Autism, double checked, and another one. Let's see. I'll find out. I'll let you guys know if whatever else I find out. Whoever's asking me that, just send it to me in a DM so I can get it for you, okay? But that one's special needs at sea. That'll get you started. And then I know there's another place. Autism. Hanifa, do you know if there's any? Yeah, Hanifa would know. It's every Monday, and the training is special needs group. Yeah. So try to attend it next Monday and ask Miss Patrice. She'll tell you. But she'll definitely be there. And then start with that one for the special needs at sea. Okay. All right. So Shirley, good evening. Hi. I'm new. Okay. Where am I at? All right, next question I have here. It says, can you give us a list of which suppliers are best for what kind of booking? Example, who is better for cruises, for resorts, where we can just go, where we know to go work for whatever. I do have a list like that. Where do I have that? I think I do have a list like that. Let me see. But I don't know if it's my list per se. So let me check it real quick. Vendor, yeah. Let's see. Do I have one? Oh, I do. Here you go, Hanifa. I got you. I'll put it in the chat for you. This should have majority of the vendors, and it's broken down by specific like cruises, etc. Okay. Right. What else? Other questions do I have here? All right, we got Elisa. Make sure you guys are dropping more questions, okay? I'm only going to be live for about an hour because I got to hop off here and I have to do another like training. I'm trying to do training for New Agent Phase 1 since they updated the Commission Hub and they updated Disney and all of that. So I got to go in and do I got to do a recording tonight. But that's why I look like this. It wasn't for y'all. That was for my recording. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got all my hair in tonight. I'll be looking snazzy. All right. So, Lisa, you said, do you think bridal shows, etc., are worth the cost for a newer agent? You know what? I'm going to give you some advice because I've done quite a bit of bridal shows in my day. And Houston has a ton of bridal shows. So, this is my best advice for you, okay? First, start by attending one. I want you to attend a bridal show first. And I want you to go through the bridal show and get a good feel for it, okay? Once you get a feel of what a bridal show is, then you can actually depend on if it's worth it for you or not. If you have the right collateral, and by collateral, I mean like, okay, when I do bridal shows, I show up with a binder, and in the binder, I have packages that I've already pre-put together. They're basically like mock booking weddings, and they're packages from like Hyatt, they're packages from Secrets, Dreams, etc. And I have like 2 or 3 of these. And when I'm at the bridal show, I will listen to them. Oh, you want to get married? Let me show you how much a destination wedding can start at. And then I show them the packages. And that's how I kind of pull them in, because once they see that destination weddings are cheaper, I can normally zone them in to get the bookings, right? But I'm going to be honest with you. It took a lot of time for me to learn how to do that. When I first showed up in my first one, I didn't have nothing. I didn't really have collateral. I was just trying to get people to book. I did do a voucher giveaway, which was like a honeymoon. I don't know. I think it was like a cruise voucher that I used, but I did it like book your wedding with me, get your honeymoon, etc. So you can easily do it that way. Hold on, I gotta drink something. So you can easily run it that way. But I feel like when it comes to if it's worth it, I would really suggest you attending it and seeing how it can help your business. Because the ones here in Houston, they don't have travel agents at them. So when I show up there, it's like I have an advantage. But if I go in there and I can read the room that these people already have booked their weddings and they're just here for certain things, like a lot of times people will do bridal shows to get free stuff. So if that's what we're going for, then I don't put my money in it. Okay. And then another thing too, when it comes to you guys doing outside marketing, please note that I always try to find a way around paying for things. Like I don't pay more than like $150 if I have to play the booth, whatever. Like I don't pay for electricity. I don't do anything extra like that. It's all about what you bring to the table when you're doing these bridal shows. That's really what matters, not all the extra stuff that comes with it. You can kind of build into that over time. Let's see. Do you have to get vouchers cheaply? I actually use CMI marketing. I pay for it. It's $100 a month. That's what I use to get my vouchers. And I know it costs money, but if you want it, it's there. Okay. But I pay $100 a month for it. But I do it because honestly, I use it quite a bit. So that's what I use though. I will tell you, you can get one free voucher. It's going to be Boost Marketing. They will give you one free voucher if you create an account with them, but after that, they have to pay too. But that could probably get you good enough to where you do your honeymoon voucher. You used to work for bridal shows. That's cool, Shirley. If you're used to it, then that's something that you can, kind of pique your interest into. I would. So like when I first started booking travel, like and getting paid for it, shall I say, I first started with Las Vegas, and then I led to cruises, and then I led to weddings, which was destination weddings and cruise weddings. And then I led to adults only travel because I realized like, oh crap, like that's all adults only travel. Like, why am I like just beating around the bush? Like, let's just hone it in. So if that's something that, you are particularly interested in, then I would kind of, if you've already done it, then do it. It's a good way to get extra. Yeah. What did you say? How do you use your vouchers? Ooh, okay. Let me go down here. Did I miss any questions? Oh, Heather, I will come back up to you. Hold on, since we're all in this statement about vouchers. I gave you a couple websites above to try. You guys can try CMI Marketing. That's $100 a month. If you get a couple of people, you can split it. That's, get some trusted friends, whatever you want. Boost Marketing will give you one free voucher to use, and then you have to pay for them too. But vouchers aren't free, guys. The vouchers cost money, and that's obviously an investment that you have to do on your own. But I use my vouchers a lot. So I use my vouchers for booking. I do a buy one, get one, like cruise, or buy one, get one, resort, whatever, right? If I'm doing a travel booking voucher, I do the opposite of whatever I'm booking. So if I'm doing like a resort, then I'll do a cruise, right? I do it for team building. When anybody joins, they get a voucher. I think it's like at 2 months or whatever, but typically our corporate people kind of help us with that part, right? So that's different, but I do vouchers for that. I do vouchers if there's anything that ever happens, like are upset or something. Vouchers are good for that. And then I also use them for promotions too. Heather, please post away because you're helping me. So those are a couple of things that I do with my vouchers. I also take them, like if I'm doing anything in person, I will use my vouchers. Basically, so that way people can have the ability to kind of like have an incentive to book with me or incentive to work with me, etc. Like that's how I typically run my vouchers. Okay. Next question. Oh, wait, let me go back up to Heather's question. Boom, and then I'll come back down. All right. So why do you think agents don't utilize the back office fully? I think they're scared and overwhelmed. I feel like too, a lot of the back office, it's getting updated. It's so nice now. If you guys go, my favorite part was, I just noticed it the other day too. If you go to your My Team and you click Founders Council, you can see everyone's lineage. Like you can see all of Founder Council, then you can even go down and see like where it breaks down to. And I just think that's so cool to like know your history. But why do agents, do that? I feel like they are overwhelmed, and that's probably one of the scariest things is logging into your back office and seeing all of that information. I don't feel like I really used my back office until I was like a few months in because I was kind of overwhelmed. Yeah. Let's see. Next one. I got that one. Where does one get vouchers? All right. Put some more questions in here. I will be live for like a good another 30 minutes. Okay. When you're booking for Las Vegas, is the origin LAS? Yeah, that's Las Vegas, right? It's the main Las Vegas. Yeah. Yes, I've been to Las Vegas. Not only booked it, but I've been to Las Vegas, and it's probably one of my favorite places to go because it's so cheap. But the problem is that when there's cheap, that means it's cheap bookings, which means what? Cheap commission. And when that cheap commission, I was like, oof, I got to find another way to do bookings. I can't just be doing Vegas. Like I need more income, So if that is your setting, if you want to do Vegas, be open to booking more than just Vegas because there's all different kinds of things, that you can make money doing. Oh, okay. This question I have. Do you mean you will give them the voucher if they book with you, or do you give it as a gift? No, it's if they book with me. I don't give it as a gift. Not really a reason to give it as a gift. I mean, maybe if I did like, no, it's always if they book with me. Yeah, or if they join my team. If they join my team, then sure. I don't know what this like. Do you guys see this here? Wait. Ooh, ugh, I can't see it. It's like over there. No, other way. This way. Do you see this big circle? What is that? That circle is creeping me out. I can see myself today. Um, so if they do a resort booking with me, right, they'll get a voucher in return, but they do not receive that voucher until they return from their trip. I never give a voucher unless I'm done with them completely. I don't give a voucher beforehand. Uh, do you give it as a gift to incentivize? Yes. Yeah, I do. But also I run it as like a deal, like for the month of June. If you book with me, then I'll give you a 4-night cruise in return. It's kind of like buy one, get one. Yeah, that's what Precious used to throw it as. All right. I got another one here. A ghost. It's a ghost. It could be a ghost. A circle ghost. All right. So I got another question here. It says, "Hi, I'm new and still learning. I have 2 questions. Do you think having a niche early on is important, or should we explore first?" Okay. I'm going to answer this one and then I'll read your second one. Okay. So I feel like if I were to have started over again and I would have known that adults only would have been my vibe, my niche, yeah, I feel like I would have gotten way more bookings. Like, I feel like if I would have known that I just needed to push this only to get bookings, then yeah, I would redo it and just have that focus, right? But I feel like as a travel agent, we all have our own journey. We all have our own pathway, right? So it's okay if you don't have your niche when you first start. It's okay to be the travel agent that sells everything while you're figuring out what you want to sell, okay? I feel like we all go through that as a travel agent because being a travel agent is so much more than just like selling something. Okay. Like when you're a travel agent, people are actually taking their thousands of dollars and trusting you with this money to book them an experience. And they hope that this is the best experience of their life when you're booking it, right? So I feel like it's such a deeper level of sales because they're trusting us with this experience. So I feel like when it comes to that, we need to be comfortable when it comes to the booking. So when you're learning and you're growing into different, whatever you decide, it's okay to switch it up and it's okay to not always have it figured out. Okay. And another thing I want to say is because when people hear niches, they automatically assume that's all they can talk about. And that just drives me insane. That's not true whatsoever. Okay. You can just push something. And when you're just pushing something, it's okay to book other stuff. Like I push only adults only travel, right? But that doesn't mean I'm not booking family travel. That doesn't mean I'm not booking weddings. That doesn't mean I'm not booking other stuff. It's just when you have a niche, is what it is. When you have that niche, you have a focus on for your marketing. And that's what makes a difference for you. And let me explain how it makes a difference for you. When you have a niche, you have something to focus on and to push repeatedly. If you push the same thing repeatedly, you are more likely, shall I say, to get a booking because you're talking about the same thing over and over and your audience is used to seeing it, right? If you don't have a niche, you're over here posting this, you're posting that, you're doing this and doing that. And when you're trying to talk to everyone, it's a lot harder to get a booking instead of when you're talking to the same audience over and over and over. Okay. That's what I want you to understand. If you don't have that figured out yet, that's okay. But if you can, it's going to help you a lot faster. I tell you that. All right. Number 2, what platform has brought you the most bookings lately? That's a hard one. Facebook and TikTok. But that's just because I haven't figured out Instagram, okay? Like, I'm going to tell you something that I've done a lot of research, okay? I actually paid like $500 for a course just so I can make sure that when I teach you guys this stuff, I know exactly what I'm talking about. That's how invested I have been. And I paid for that course like almost 2 years ago. But with that course, when I bought it, it's what made me go viral. And that's what made me start teaching other people, because I was like, y'all don't have to pay for that. That's what I'm for, right? So when I took that course, they told me the biggest thing that you have to do is videos. You have to do videos. New followers get reached by videos. If you are doing post, and I mean like words and pictures, you're reaching the same followers, right? So it's not that I'm only getting bookings from TikTok, I'm only getting bookings from Instagram. It's not that at all. It's because I figured out those platforms. I know how TikTok works. I've already been on Facebook, so I feel like I get the most bookings from them because I've already been there. But that doesn't mean that's the only platforms to get bookings on. I'll give you a good example. Emily, my mentor, Emily Jimenez, she's Founders Council 3-star platinum. You guys should all know her. She's mastered Instagram. Okay. Like I'm really good at TikTok. And like when it comes to like just face stuff, right? And I'm just posting carousels. But if you hop over to her Instagram, she's killing it on Instagram. And that's just because she figured out the platform for herself, right? We all have that same opportunity. It's just we have to figure it out on our own. And then your platforms could be different from mine because you've already had backing or you've already figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of a hit or miss. But TikTok, for me, it is the easiest to reach new followers because every time I'm posting, it goes to the For You page. So since it's going to a For You page, I'm always reaching new people. So I will post the same information on TikTok over and over and over in different variances. Obviously not the same exact, right? But I will post it over and over and over. That way, let me move that down so it goes away. That way, I am reaching the same audience, new people, same information, but different ways. So, like one time I'll do a carousel where it's like the top 3 adults only resorts that I book the most. The next carousel will be like the top 3 adults only resorts that people are constantly rebooking but not talking about. It's the same information, but it's just displayed differently. And since it's on TikTok, it's reaching a new audience every single time. Okay? So that was a long talk. Sorry about that. It's so hard to like give a one fit all for that. But I want you to, whoever this is, I am for reals. I like your name. Whoever you are, give yourself some grace, okay? You will figure it out. You just have to be consistent with it. If you want it to work, be consistent. That's the best thing that I can tell you, and you will develop your own pathway, all right? Next question I have. Let me scroll down. I loved your batching videos. Thanks, Brenda. I love batching videos, so I'm glad you enjoy it. It's probably one of my favorite things that I can do. I'll tell you, so for team building, I batch a lot of these videos for team building. You guys can follow my team building page and you can see it. I get a lot of signups from Facebook because of my batching videos on team building. They just need to see like an idea of what our life is like or a lifestyle can be like. Put some words on the screen, boom, you're set. Like that's really all it takes. The videos for Facebook and Instagram reach new followers. Regular posts don't. TikTok automatically does videos, so you're reaching new followers every single time, right? All right, next one here. Oh, wait, am I posting? Wait, she wrote half a question. Oh, wait, here we go. There's more. Okay, I have my niche nicely done on my Facebook business page. I am posting with is that supposed to be deliver it? Oh, here we go. Second part, and some general on Branch Up and Rallyio, and I'm not getting any traction at all. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I just told you. You have to do videos. If you want to reach new followers and you want them to engage with your Branch Up, etc., you have to do videos. That's the only way you can get in there. Now, another way you could do it, because I know, Hanifa, you have already followers on your Facebook personal page. You need to start tagging your business in everything that you're posting. Go follow my page. Give my page a like. Like, give them directions of what you want. And that's honestly what all call to actions are, okay? If I want them to do something, I need to tell them, do this, go do this. And that's what everybody's looking for. Whenever we're doing posts, especially videos, etc., they're looking for their next steps, and we have to give it to them so they know what to do. All right? Now, next one I have is from Brenda. Brenda said, do you think carousels are as good as videos? Do you think, okay, let me say it like this. Did you know that you could take a carousel and turn it into a video? Do you know that? Let's see. Hope I can send it. Yeah. Like, and the reason I say that is because there's going to be two ways you could do this. Okay. So carousels work great on TikTok and they work great on Instagram. But for Instagram and Facebook, they have to be videos, right? So what if we just took the carousel and turned it into a video? So we just upload like 6, 7 photos and then turn that into a reel. That way they are as good as videos. Yeah. So if you have a problem where you're constantly posting these carousels and they're not working for you, try it that way and then see if you get better traction. That's what I do. Um, let's see. Oh, it's Annie from Curated by Annie. Oh, yeah, for sure. Annie, welcome. Welcome aboard. I hope you are doing great. Oh, I skipped a couple of questions. Hold on. I'm coming back up. All right. So I hope that answered your question. Um, for me, carousels do really well on TikTok, but my carousels are very niche specific. And I tell you, they're very niche specific. They only talk about certain things over and over and over, and that's why they work. I talk to the same audience every single time. So TikTok is aligned with me. It took some time, but that's how I went viral. Okay. I do have one video of my face on my TikTok as social proofing of me talking about adults only resorts. I'm going to get better at it now that I've got my life together. I got my hair in place for Hawaii, so we can be put together. I'll do more videos, but I feel like you can get away with doing carousels as long as it's in a video setting. If it's not working for you, okay. So try that out and let me know how it goes, Brenda. I want to know. All right. Brenda said, I loved your batching videos. Yes, if you guys ever need help with batching, that's probably one of my favorite trainings because I do a lot of batching. All right, next question I have is from Elisa. If I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. I have my first networking event this Thursday with my Chamber of Commerce. Any tips? Rehearse whatever you're going to tell them. You have to be, when you guys first start with the networking, especially like BNI, Chamber of Commerce, you guys are already spending money on that. So you got to be very specific about what you're coming to offer. You need to have it set up to when you start talking, it needs to be exactly what you do. I don't want to hear, I'm a travel agent and I book travel. You're not going to get any clientele that way. You need to say, whatever your niche is. For me, I'm an adults only travel specialist. I primarily book adults only resorts that people are afraid to talk about, but I can also book any other type of travel. So if you guys need help with planning, please just let me know. You see how I said that? That's what you need. That's how you close it. And then I need you to have something. I don't care if you go to Office Depot, whatever, business card, something like you have something tangible so that they can remember you by. And a lot of people like to either do little gift bags or they attach chocolate to it. They do that too so that they'll keep up with it. And then last tip for you, okay, because I can give you a whole bunch of tips. But the last tip for you is always have a popple or some type of hi, hello, whatever that is. My digital business card gets used far more than my physical business cards. So I always suggest having Popple. That way that you guys can just connect. You can save Popple. I have a training on it if you need it. You can save Popple to your wallet, and then you could just show them the QR code. They take a picture of it. When they take a picture of it, it automatically asks for their information so that you have their information and they have yours. Okay, so those are my tips. But get ready to talk, girl, because the Chamber of Commerce, that's a bridge. You will definitely go get clients. You will. It's an investment or whatever, but whatever that is for you. But you will get clients if you stay with it for sure. What groups do you recommend on Facebook? Who is this? Hi. Okay, what groups do you recommend on Facebook? I'm finding all the need travel agent groups are just saturated agents advertising themselves and not really anyone ad looking. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the secret about this. First of all, just because it's saturated with agents and people not looking, if that group is over 50,000 people, that's okay, because I promise you there's somebody in there looking for travel, okay? But when it comes to groups, you guys automatically always run to, I need a travel agent, okay? But what you're forgetting is that everybody needs a travel agent, not just those groups. So your local mom groups, get permission, of course. Don't promote it without permission. And a lot of the times I did a group when I first started. It was like a Houston mom group, and I paid $50 for 2 years of advertising, and I could post once a day. That was fine, right? It was a tax write-off. So see about that if that's something you're interested in. And then think about your local groups around you too, like if I were to do like a group promotion, I would easily run that on my Nextdoor app. Like, hey guys, all of us in Houston are getting together and going on a group cruise. If you want to go, let me know. Okay. That doesn't sound like I'm a travel agent. That says I just have a deal for you. Let's go. Right. So you guys can check out that, but don't just stick to travel agent groups. Try to find groups that are like mom and dads or whatever your like niche is specifically. Okay. Then I want to take it a little bit further. Make your own group. If you don't like what the groups are putting, then make your own group. Make it public. Invite people to it. You can naturally invite the people as you add them to your group. Post it on your page. That's how I invite a lot of people to my group. I will put it in my post. It's one of my posts. Invite people to group. And then it says it in there. Then take it even further. Any of my clientele, when they get my newsletter, they automatically get invited to my group too. So I have several different inputs of getting invites, and I can control what happens in there, right? We can't really control too much of what happens outside of that, but you will find your groups that you like. Like there was this one group that I do that's like a deals group, and it's just deals. It's not travel deals. It's not nothing fancy like that. It's just deals in general, and it does really well for me. So like you just kind of have to find the group that works for you. Okay. All right. Let's see. Somebody asked for my team building group. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I don't really care if you guys follow it. It's just it's quiet. Let's see. Oh, somebody sent me something for team building. Ow! Hold on one second. I gotta find it. Travel advisors. Here we go. That's what I use for team building. So I do it as a page. I do something different than most people. I do it as a page because I can't schedule things in a group. I only know how to schedule on a Facebook page. So that's why I do my Facebook page that way. All right. What else do we have here? All right. I answered Hope. I got you. Let's see. Hanifa, you said, okay, we'll do more videos. You mean for my personal page? I post a video and then ask them to go follow my business page. Anytime I make a video, I'm posting it everywhere. I'll post it on my personal. I'll post it on my business. I'm posting it everywhere. So if that's like, if you're posting on your personal too, yeah, then invite them. But I mean, post that video everywhere. Get as much visibility as you can, All right. This one's a good one. Hold on. All right. What should our videos be about if we haven't traveled? Okay, listen. I am a mom of 6. Okay? It is a lot for me to travel. It is. It takes a lot out of me to travel. It's not even the money part that bothers me. It's the 6 kids going in one place. That is a lot, right? So I have kind of limited videos of when it comes to traveling. Even when I'm traveling, I suck at taking videos. I know, I'm the worst. But, okay, what can you do if that is your issue? CapCut. CapCut is probably one of the best workarounds that you can find. CapCut has pre-made templates that are travel templates, and you just put words under it. You customize it. I just did a training on it. I'll get it for you. And I teach you how to batch them. So you really only need maybe 3 or 4 videos of the templates. You can put it together. You can spice it up a little bit, all different types of things. Okay. So there's that right there. There's that training for you. Okay. But honestly, CapCut templates are I search just cruise, and it'll show people on a cruise. There you go. Resorts, people on vacation, couples on vacations. They have templates like that. You crop it, cut it up a little bit. I show you how to edit it in there, and then you can easily still have travel to post. Another place that you could also get travel from is going to be our suppliers. All of our suppliers have marketing banks inside of them where they will have videos, they have photos. You can use any of those too. So if you have a supplier that you're constantly booking with and you're like, okay, where's your marketing material? They all have marketing material, okay? So check them out too. All right. I had my first, I think I did that one. Yeah. Okay. Got a commercial going. All right. Next one we have, what is the site that turns photos into videos? So this is a really good question. Good question, Kim. There are a lot of sites that do it now. You remember when I first taught on it? It's actually inside YouTube. When you go into YouTube and you upload a video, if you click on a photo to upload, it will say, turn IAI and photo into video or something like that. I have a training on it. Hold on. You know I got trainings. Photo to video. There we go. Oh. All right. Here's that for you. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something. Since I have developed this training, guys, there's a lot more. There's a lot more than there used to be. So I'm telling you, YouTube Create. I'll put it in there. Yep. What I'm gonna give you the short ample. Okay. I probably do another training. Okay. My kids are out of school next month, so I'm gonna do a lot more recordings and just posting videos than just full on trainings. So expect a lot more from me next month. Okay. YouTube Create, CapCut also does it too now. They actually have it inside there. If you watch my CapCut batching video, I show you where to go. There's a lot of places that do now. TikTok, I think, does it now. There's a lot. But when I first started, it was inside YouTube. And now it's an app. It's called YouTube Create. It's the app. It's on your phone. Okay? All right. Next one I have. Ooh, y'all got some good questions. All right. I got about 10 more minutes, so we got a few more questions. That's perfect. All right. Hanifa said, you talked about newsletters some time ago, but I think you could only do this with the paid version of BranchUp. Yep, for newsletters on BranchUp, it is paid, but I don't use BranchUp for newsletters because I'm gonna be honest with you, they're not that good. They just, it's not worth paying for, in my opinion. I actually teach about newsletters and how to create your own on my training here. Let me see. I use System.io for my newsletters. I do not use BranchUp. I create my own. I do 2 a month through System.io. Okay, hold on. I'm almost down to the bottom here. Now that school and graduation, hi Hope. I hope you are well. What is happening? And my niche is an all-inclusive. What would you post on social media? Okay, so this is actually one of the trainings I'm doing next month because this is a problem that I have a lot. It's like, what do we post? When are we posting? Okay, so I always tell you guys, do not market more than 4 months out. And I tell you that is because you want to get paid, right? If you're marketing something in 2027, please note you're not getting paid till 2027. So you don't market more than 4 months out. Right now, we are in June, July, August, right? So that's primarily what we're going to be marketing. If you are doing all inclusives, I'm going to assume that you have some kind of maybe family audience. Hope, if I'm wrong, tell me. But because you asked about school and graduation. I would start showing them all inclusives that they can take. Now, the easiest trips to book for me are always Thursdays through Mondays. I feel like those are the easiest for people to take. So that's really what I promote. But I don't go any further out than like 3 or 4 months because I want to get paid. I don't want to market something that's going to take a long time. All right. Now, as somebody who has been here for 4 years, I have payments automatically coming to me because I've been marketing 3 to 4 months out for the last 4 years. Okay. That's why I do it. That way, when I'm here, when you're a year in, you can see that payout start happening because you've already marketed there, right? So once I have enough money coming in for like the month of July, let's just say, all right, I got 3,000 to 4,000 coming in. I'm good for that month. Let me start changing my marketing. So if I notice a lot of people are booking in July, I'm going to market August. Does that make sense? Like I try to push it out. That way I always have income coming in. And now with our amazing commission payment hub. Thank you, Archer. Oh, that was so beautiful. That was probably the best training I ever did because I just saw all the improvements. I was happy. Now we can see what's expected, right? And it really helps us kind of figure out when we need to market. So I think that would help you is, basing what you need to market is going to be based off your audience. And if you're going to do all inclusive, just pick 3 resorts that you really like to talk about. That's it. That's really, you don't have to go any further. Even if they don't book those resorts, still talk about those top 3 resorts because you're going to become a pro at those resorts. And it's going to help you kind of naturally pull in other resorts as you go. Like when I first started my adults only, I just did Hedonism, Temptations, and Breathless Punta Cana. Those are my top 3. Now I'm out here booking Secrets, Hideaways, which is another adults only like freaky resort. And then I'm also doing, Desire Riviera Maya. Like I've kind of expanded it, but I only expand to what I actually know. I don't really market anything outside of that because I don't want to answer questions that I don't know about. Right. So got to give you a rough idea. Hope that helps. That was a long one there. All right. Next one. I'm working on to create a link tree. but I have a page for, but am I to have a page for each link on the page? My mind started to burn when I got to that part. Okay, so, are you are you looking at mine? Are you looking at are you looking at mine? Okay, let me tell you. I built my Linktree in 4 years. When I first started my Linktree, the only thing that I had on there was a quote form, maybe some travel insurance, and that's it. My social media pages, okay? I have built my Linktree in 4 years. So I add links as I go. Every time I find a new vendor, if I have an affiliate link for them, I just put it in there, okay? But if it's overwhelming for you, only add what you're going to use. If it's too much, like for the necessities, right? I feel like for me, my social media platforms a requirement. A quote form is a requirement. What else do I have? I have a bunch of affiliate links, but that's only oriented to my niche. I don't go outside of that. So if it's overwhelming to you, just add what you can at first and then build it as you go. Okay? Like next time, like how I did it was, oh, that's right, I'm in Virgin Voyages. Oh yeah, that's right, they have an affiliate link. Let me add it. Like that's how I do it. I do it as I do promotions. I do it as I grow. I didn't do it all at one time. Okay? Because that would definitely overwhelm you. All right, Sandra, what do you think about HeyGen? All right, so I'm gonna tell you a little secret about HeyGen. Okay, HeyGen is great for commercials, but they are very limited on length. So if you want to do something free, then you kind of have to build it in like multiple videos. Okay, and they have limits on what they can do, etc. But I like HeyGen for voiceovers, and that's how I was trained. When I took that course, and it was a long course, they used HeyGen in that course. And the biggest thing that they used HeyGen for was the audio only, because it can clone your voice. So if you want to play around in HeyGen, and if it's like a little wonky for you, go and make your videos and like the AI video like creator, like the one that turns photos into videos, that's fine. But then you're like, okay, my voice doesn't match. Take that same video, drop it into HeyGen and say, this is my voice, clone it, and it will clone your voice. That's what I use HeyGen for, okay? Because I don't want to pay for it. But if you are comfortable with it, it can make very beautiful commercials. I will give you that. They will make like movie commercials in HeyGen. And I took a class on it, and I learned a lot about it, but I'm going to be honest with you, it takes a lot of time. It's something that you have to play into, because like I really thought about one time making a presentation into a movie. Like I got wild. Don't do that. I was like, what if we turn it into a movie? Maybe they'll watch it. Like, no, don't do that. All right. So next one we have here. So put videos as QR codes placed on our link tree for mark bookings, etc. Do you mean like actually like put the QR code on your link tree? I don't put any QR codes on my link tree. I don't know. Okay, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me. But how do you guys screenshot like link tree like QR codes? Like the only time I ever do QR codes are on my back. Like when I do my shirts, I always have a QR code on my back. That way somebody can scan it if they're too nervous to talk to me. But I don't do QR codes on my flyers. I don't do QR codes anywhere other than that, because I don't know how to screenshot it and I don't know how to tell somebody. So if you guys know that, then by all means, go for it. But I don't think a lot of people know that they can screenshot it or whatever. So just keep that in mind, okay? Do I have any training videos on CMI or boost marketing? No, because, okay, so I'm going to be real honest with you. I get these questions a lot. I am limited on what I can teach about. For several different reasons. One, because I don't want to ever break any rules between Archer and Evolution. And then two, I don't want to ever, like, somebody just stumble upon something and then they see like, oh, Ash pays for vouchers. Ash, this is like without talking to me first. So I have to be careful. Like somebody asked me, I think it was Hanifa, one day you were like, can you break down Square altogether? No. And I'm going to tell you why. Anything that violates like customer information or shows something that can, kind of break compliance, they will flag me on YouTube. Not only on YouTube, but they will like flag me in general, right? So if I did a training on like how to do vouchers, I would get flagged for that. So I'd be very careful about what I kind of teach on. So I can't do like taxes. I don't do any of the hard stuff because I don't want to tell you the wrong information. You know what I'm saying? And two, I don't get paid to push CMI or boost marketing. So get out of here. But they are good sources. So if you need them, feel free to use them. And they're very easy to use too. I get a couple of people to kind of space it out. You can sit there and play around with it. They have a lot of good videos, a lot of good tools, etc. So you definitely can check them out. All right. Brenda, what is Linktree? Wait, hold on. Linktree. So this is Linktree. Linktree is how I get all of like my, I wouldn't say clientele, but I kind of link them all together. I'll show you what mine looks like. I think you should know what Linktree is. Linktree. Yeah. I have that's my Linktree. I just dropped it in the chat if you don't know what a Linktree is, okay? And then lastly, somebody said anything. Did you say a QR code on your bag? No, that's genius though. You can do a QR code, whatever your heart desires. I always do it on my back of my shirt because people, like, I'm a very talkative person, but people get nervous talking to me. Like, they don't want to come up and talk to me, right? So when I'm around a training environment, I have my ashnostravel.com on my back. So if agents are too afraid to talk to me, which happens, they can just screenshot it and go to my website and see my trainings, right? And then when I'm out and about, I have a shirt that says, I get paid to travel, ask me how. That's my team building shirt. And then that tells people how to be a travel agent. And then I have another one that says, I do bookings for a living, or something like being a travel agent is my superpower, or something like that. I don't remember what it says. And it has a QR code in the back there too. So I have 3 different shirts with 3 different QR codes, and they all have different purposes. So that's how far I go. But mind you, I've been here for 4 years, so I bought them over time whenever they have deals. But QR codes are great in person because a lot of the times people get nervous to talk to us. One time I got a travel agent. I was sitting at a Starbucks and I had my shirt that said, I get paid to travel, ask me how. And she walked up right behind me and she was like, all right, tell me how. And I was like, oh, okay. Then you got to be on point. Okay. You got to have your presentation all ready to go because they're going to ask you. All right. So that's how I do it. Let's see. Yeah. I actually have my laptop bag. I've been thinking about customizing it. I'm going to put Divas and Powers in there. And I'm also going to be putting on just like all of my stuff for Ash Knows Travel. I'll probably put it on my laptop bag because that's really good marketing. Anytime I'm traveling, I always have my shirt with my QR code, anything like that. Because people will just, people are nosy. They want to see it. If you have your car, if you're cool with marketing on your car, you could get a magnet and put a QR code on there. Like there's a lot of things that you could do. There's no limits on that part. How do you get it on your t-shirt? So I actually made my QR code for free inside Canva. Canva can make QR codes. Linktree can also make QR codes. And then I just put it on the shirt. Yeah, you can have a QR code on your business cards too. Yeah, all the time. QR codes are great. I feel like they're better in person, but I don't know how to operate them on my phone. Like, I know I can take a picture of it and then do it, right? But I don't know how people are screenshotting it. So I have to figure this part out because I'm actually doing a fundraiser for Divas and Powers. And that's another thing that they have is the QR codes. I don't know what to do with it, but always on my shirt and anywhere else I can put it. Highly recommend it. Yeah? All right, guys. Do you guys have any more questions for this evening? I think that was a good little wrap up. Yeah. I do want to show you guys something. I'm going to try to show it to you. Let me see if I can show it to you before we hop off. Because I really wanted to kind of give you, you see, I lost my header. I have to fix my website. My website's down. It's not down, but it's not, it took away my header. I don't know what happened here. I have to fix it. Hold on. Let's see. Training playlist. There we go. I wanted to show you guys how to do how I do my searches now, but all my training videos are all messed up right now. So I have to fix it on my website. But I did get it set up to where you guys can basically see all of the training playlists. So that way you guys don't have to go and do a full search. So I highly, highly recommend checking that part out. And then I also have it to where if you guys just go to ashnostravel.com, one of the biggest things that I get is, let me see if I can share my screen. Yeah. Ash Knows Travel. Okay. Boom. Yeah. All right. Boom. Go bigger. All right, there we go. Let me get rid of this question real quick. Hide. Did you say QR code on your back? All right, cool. So if you guys could see, you see how that's my last short that I just posted. But on my website, if you guys go to ashnostravel.com, it has all of my videos in here, and you can view them all too. And it should have a search bar. It will. I fixed it. I messed up something when I did something the other day. It'll have a search bar, and you guys can see all of my trainings too. Okay, so I have 67 pages of trainings. Yeah, this is when I first started. You know what? Let's take a memory lane, shall we? So all of those who are new and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Da, da, da. Okay, here's Ash in 2022. You ready for this? Oof. Hold on. Turn the volume off. This is Ash in 2022. Okay, we all started somewhere. I didn't start making out these beautiful videos just off scratch. That was when I first started. You know, back in the day, we didn't even have like the fancy like AI stuff, you know? So like we just look, there it is. That was my old logo. I made that on Canva when I first started. But like look at all this stuff on the screen. This is horrible. Starting at $24 per person per night. Oof, I broke it all the way down. 7-day stay at Beachfront Resort in Dominican Republic, week of Labor Day. Labor Day special, over $700 in savings, perfect for a family, sleeps up to 6. Like this, you see how old this is? Okay. Yeah. All right. Look, I show that to you because I want you to understand that I had to build into this. Okay. This was not something that just happened overnight, and you guys can all get better at it too. All right. So that's just a little motivation for you, a little humbleness for myself. Okay. I've definitely improved in the 4 years that I've started here, and you all have the beautiful journey of doing so. So I will leave you all with that for tonight. And if you guys have any follow-up questions, feel free to hit me in my inbox. You guys know where I'm at. But yeah, that's all I really have for you guys tonight for the Q&A. Thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys like this video. Okay, like actually like it. Comment if it helped you. Feel free to drop in the chat. And if you guys have any other questions, you know where I'm at, all right? But I will be back here on Thursday. I'm so excited about this one. This is one of my favorite. Listen, I love downtown travel. I even talked to Bill, okay? I called Bill and I said, Bill, he's our BDM with downtown travel. I said, Bill, I'm doing a training on Thursday. Give me some tips. What else am I missing? Because I already know downtown travel. I said, well, is there anything else that I need? And he was like, I got you. So I got all the tea on downtown travel. Okay. Talk to our BDM. I got all the tea. But there's a lot of things about downtown travel that you guys don't know about. First of all, did you guys know that downtown travel does slice pay? Does anybody know about slice pay? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Does anybody know about slice pay? Yeah? Awesome. No? No? Yes? No? Put it in the chat box. Has anybody ever heard of slice pay? I'm waiting. I'll drink my drink while I wait. Well, I'm in a commercial. Right? Yes? No? Anybody? Let me know. All right. Well, it looks like you guys don't because ain't nobody putting it in the chat. And if it is, it's delayed, which is very possible. So slice pay, no. Okay, there it goes. So slice pay is for flights. And if you have somebody that needs to book a flight and they don't have money to pay for the full flight, they could do slice pay in downtown travel. And it will give them the opportunity to just pay for a small part of their flights and then make payments. Yeah. And that was a game changer. A lot of people don't know about that. And I'm going to tell you, downtown travel has 25% travel insurance. They outrank, what's the other one we use? Tin Leg. Yeah. They outrank Tin Leg. They have 24%. I think it's 24, 25 travel insurance rate. Do we have to register with Archer for this supplier? Yep. Downtown Travel is one of our suggested suppliers. You will find it in the Travel Cafe. Register for it now so that when I train it on Thursday, you guys will have access. There's a lot that goes into the registration, and I have it. I'm going to break it down the day I do the training, and they have it in the back office. They have it. The Travel Cafe has pictures. Yeah. And then on top of that, downtown travel, they have the best prices. I booked my flight for Hawaii there, and it was cheaper than everywhere else. And they have direct flights. They also can do flights from other countries. So if you have somebody that comes to you and they're like, I'm not from the United States, but I need to book a flight. Okay, that's okay. We could do that in downtown travel. They have transfers. They have car rentals. They have packages. They have hotels and packages. They have a lot. And they have probably some of the best customer support because we have direct access to Bill, who's our BDM. And then we also have, listen, one time I booked a flight and I spelt the name wrong in there. And she called me immediately. She's like, "Hello, we need to fix this." And I was like, "Thanks, ma'am." So like they're great. I love them. So I will be teaching about that. Okay. On Thursday, and there's the delay. There's everybody saying no, no, no. There you go. All right. I was like, I know I'm not crazy. There's people in here. All right, so I will be teaching you guys on Thursday about downtown travel. I'm pretty excited about it. So make sure you guys hop on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, where I will be teaching you all about that. But that is all I have for tonight. Thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate you guys so much. Like every time one of you send me a message, you guys, I know you see it in my story. I love screenshotting stuff because you guys just like make my heart feel so full. Like the fact that I'm able to go and just teach you guys from my home and I'm able to just help you. It's just an amazing thing. And I'm truly, truly grateful, truly humble. And I'm really hoping that, I help you guys, become better travel advisors. So I definitely am blessed to be in that sector. Are these recorded? Yes. All of my lives turn into instant replays. So if you ever click on a live, it's automatic a live replay. You could skip the fancy intro and you can watch the training. So all of my lives are replays. That's why I do it on YouTube, so I don't have to re-upload, etc. It's already live there for you. All right? All right. Hello. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be hopping off here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will see you on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific for downtown travel. You guys have an amazing evening, and I will see you then. All right? I'm going to go now. I'm going to head over to the studio. If you guys have more questions, I'll answer them in there. And if not, I'm going to hop off for tonight, and I'll see you on Thursday.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you